Okay, this video is intended to be kind of assembly instructions as well as just a little bit of a rundown on how this exactly works. This is what it comes packaged with. You got the 3 arms, you got the main base, and you got the hardware over here. The first thing is to put on the sliding arm. Really about the only trouble you might run into in this whole thing is getting this spring on, but basically the spring attaches first. You've got a washer and 1 short screw. It's the only one in the package. That just goes through the loop on the end of the screen into that hole right here. And as you can see, this one has not been finish sanded or had any kind of finish applied to it. I'm actually kind of thinking that since I'm only going to do a few of these, I'll probably just ship them out like this, let people finish them on their own, save a little bit of time on my end and a little bit of money or whatever on their end. So this sliding arm gets held down with the black bolts with the washer and the nylon spacer in it. Pretty straightforward how that goes in. I have sized these nylon spacers so that you really have to crank them down good in order to get them to stay in place. They act as kind of a lock washer so that these bolts don't back out on their own. So what you do is once you get them in place, you see if you've got any play there, and you just keep tightening them down until there's no more play, but this still moves freely. So there's a little bit of play still cranking them down. If it binds up at all, just loosen it up a little bit. Perfect. Okay. As for the other arms, I do have them labeled since they're not exactly the same on both sides. This one says B, that's the B right there. And there's 3 screws in each one of these. I'm only going to put in 1 on each side just for purposes of demonstration here. And as far as the surface finish goes, they are very close to being finished. I mean, it would just take maybe a half hour with some 120 sandpaper and then whatever kind of finish you want to apply. If it's just a spray polyurethane or whatever, it's an easy afternoon project for anybody with even the littlest bit of skills. But anyways, that's the finished product right there. These holes right there are for mounting. I suggest using very, very heavy wall mounting because obviously you don't want this thing to come loose, wind up on the floor. But the bottom rim of the pan just goes in those slots right there. You pull that right up there, and the spring holds it in place. So it's very secure. I got my own in one of these. No reason why it shouldn't work just the same for anybody else.